This video shows you a few more examples where we're solving for x. These ones are going to have some brackets. So if we refer back to the order that we work in, normally it's brackets, then multiplication, division, and then add and subtract. But because we're going in reverse, to unravel this and solve for x, we need to do this in reverse. So we deal with the add and subtractions first, then any multiplication, division, and then we can open up brackets and deal with those. Remembering, of course, plus is opposite to minus, and times is opposite to divide. First thing we need to do is remove this plus 2. So to do that, opposite of plus 2 is minus 2. The right side of the equation, we have to do the same, minus 2. Now we can rule it off and do our work. Okay, on this left side now, plus 2 minus 2, that's 0. So on the left side, we've just got 4, 2x minus 1 equals, the right side is 7 minus 2, which is 5. The next thing to do, we deal with any multiplication division before we look at the brackets. So we won't be looking in the brackets yet, we need to deal with this 4. So as it says here, if there's no operation between a number and a bracket, or a number and the x, it means multiply. So that would be multiply there. How do we remove the 4? Well, it's times 4, so we just divide by 4. Divide by 4 on the left side, we have to divide by 4 on the right side. Rule it off. 4 divided by 4 is 1, so we don't need to show that. So it's just 2x minus 1, and because we're no longer timesing it by anything, these brackets aren't required. The right side, 5 divided by 4, you can use your calculator and just do 5 divided by 4, or just do it in your head. 1.25 is the answer for that one. Next, it's 2 times x minus 1. We need to remove the minus 1 first. Opposite of minus 1 is plus 1. Moving to the right hand side, we need to plus 1 as well. The left hand side, minus 1 plus 1 is 0, so we don't show that. On the left side, we just have 2x equals, on the right side, 1.25 plus 1 is 2.25. Last number to remove, it's got 2x, which means 2 times x. The opposite of times is divide, so we divide by 2, which will get rid of this 2. So we have to divide by 2 over on the right side as well. And to finish off now, 2 divided by 2 is 1, because any number divided by itself is 1. So it's just 1x, which is, we can just write as x. Equals 2.25 divided by 2 is 1.125. So let's double check that now to see if we're right. So the original question was 4, then bracket 2x minus 1 and plus 2 equals 7. And then we found out that x equals 1.125. So if we put in 1.125 for x, we should get 7. So let's check that. So 4, and then there's no sign between the 4 and the bracket, so that means times. So 4 times bracket 2x, which is 2 times 1.125, and then minus 1, and close our brackets, then plus 2. Now that should be 7, because we're saying that this, all this stuff, is 7. So let's press enter or equals, and correct. So it's 7. So we know that x does in fact equal 1.125, so we were right. Okay, let's do one more. This one looks a little bit harder, but it's the same steps. Again, we've got minus 5, so we deal with add and subtract first. Opposite of minus 5 is plus 5. So plus 5 on the right side as well. Do our sums on both sides. So minus 5 and plus 5, that's nothing. So the left side just has minus 3, bracket 2 minus 4x equals the right side, which is 12 plus 5, 17. Next. We need to get rid of this minus 3, but be careful, we don't just do plus 3, because there's a times here that wasn't written. So it's minus 3 times the things in the brackets. So to get rid of, the opposite of times is divide. So we divide by minus 3. And then on the right side, divide by minus 3. So, minus 3 divided by minus 3, that's just 1 because it's the number divided by itself. So we don't have to show ones. So, what have we got left? We've just got 2 minus 4x. Again, we don't need the brackets because we're not multiplying them or doing anything to them. Equals 17 divided by minus 3. Get out your calculator. 17 divided by minus 3 is minus 5.667. It's nice to round to about 3 decimal places on the way through to the answer. Don't round off too early. We know that our answer should be in 2 decimal places, but just don't do that while you're still getting towards the answer. The next step. We can't get rid of the 4 yet because it's attached to the x, which means it's times. There's just a lone number sitting here, 2. So how do we get rid of a 2? We take it away. And then take away 2 again on that side. Okay, 2 take away 2 is nothing. The left side is now just minus 4x equals, the right side is minus 5.667 minus 2. Again, use your calculator for these ones. Minus 5.67 minus 2 is minus 7.67. Last step now. We need to remove the minus 4. But because it's attached to the x, that means minus 4 times x. Opposite of times is divide. So we divide by minus 4. And divide by minus 4 over on the right side. So then finally, minus or negative 4 over negative 4 is 1. So we don't have to show that. We just got x equals negative 6.70 negative 4. It'll be a positive answer because they're both negatives, which means you get a positive result. If these signs are the same, when you divide or multiply, you get the same sign. So say positive positive or negative negative, then the answer or result will always be positive. Calculator. Minus 7.67 divided by negative 4 equals 1.9175. So we just round that to 1.92. There's the answer, finished.